Who do you want to become? Don't we all want an answer to that question? I'm pretty sure that we all thought of this question at least once in our lifetime. But I'm also pretty positive that not a lot of us found an answer. Well, recently I found this powerful exercise that would help me to answer this question. And that exercise involves writing a love letter. Hey friends, my name is Alex. I'm a product manager by day and a self-proclaimed learner by night. Today I want to talk to you about a really fun exercise that I've done in the past few weeks that really helped me discover who I want to become as a person. And it's a bit weird, but I want to become a volleyball. Now, I got the same reaction as you did, but bear with me. So the objective of the exercise is to actually find an object that resonates with you, and then writing a love letter to this object. By doing this, you actually highlight a bunch of qualities that are important to you, and then you can actually understand who you want to become as a result of that. So this exercise is actually split into 3 different parts. The first one is to find the object that resonates with you. The second one is to write the love letter to this object. And then the third one, which is the most important one, is to highlight all of the qualities that you've written in your love letter. And then at the very end, I'm also going to highlight examples of how you can use what you just discovered to really help you in your day-to-day life. So the first objective of this exercise is to find the object that resonates with you. Now take a pen and a piece of paper so that you can note everything down. So imagine a world where money didn't exist, or that you just didn't care about money and you could do whatever you wanted every single day. For me, it's super easy. I would basically do everything that I'm doing right now, minus all of the work. So I would wake up, meditate, go take my walk outside, sip a cup of coffee, and then get to work. And by work, I mean writing or making YouTube videos. And then after eating brunch, I would probably read a bit, work out, probably see my friends, family, and then at the end of the day, I would love to finish by playing a game of volleyball. Now, it's important that you really detail every single thing that you would be doing, and the more detail, the easier it will be right after. So take maybe 5 minutes to write all of this down and then come back. All right, so now that you're back, the next step is to actually go through all of what you've written and try to find one object that really resonates with you. So what does resonating mean? Well, for me, it means what really brings me happiness or tranquility or just one strong emotion out of everything that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. For me, that was super easy. When I think about volleyball, I'm just like super happy. I actually watched this anime called Haikyuu, which is a volleyball anime, and since then I've been really addicted to volleyball. I started playing only in July, and I can't stop thinking about it on a day-to-day basis. So for me, that was super easy. So find your volleyball, whatever that is. Alright, so now that you've chosen your object, now is the time to actually write a love letter to your object. To me, that was writing a love letter to volleyball, and to you, it's whatever object that you've chosen. So go ahead, maybe take another 5 to 10 minutes and actually write down everything that comes to mind when you think about this object that you've selected. Alright, so the last portion of the exercise is to actually analyze the love letter. I'm gonna do it through the lens of volleyball, but hopefully you can do the same with the object that resonated with you. So when I analyzed my love letter, there were around 4 themes that I could highlight from it. So the first one is friendship. So when I actually started volleyball, I didn't have anyone to play with. It was around the time of quarantine, and I used to play hockey, but because of quarantine, I couldn't play anymore. So I wanted to try out beach volleyball because of this anime that I watched called Haikyuu. I asked a bunch of my friends, and surprisingly, they all wanted to play. So we ended up being like 12 to 14 every single week playing beach volleyball together. And what was fun is because nobody ever played volleyball before. So in the first game, we completely sucked. It was a mess. We didn't know how to make passes to each other, and it was just not as fun. But the thing is, as we progressed, we actually got better and better and better, and that became super fun. Which brings me to my second point, which is learning. I just love learning. That's why right now I'm trying to speak in front of the camera. I want to learn how to speak in front of the camera and do it better for the next time. I want to learn how to edit YouTube videos. I want to learn YouTube as a whole. So the same thing when I'm trying volleyball, I also want to improve as well. And that's why I love learning, because it's a whole process and I just love doing that. The third thing is sports. I'm a very sports guy, I guess. I played soccer for 8 years. I used to play hockey indoors as well. And now I want to play volleyball. So for me, that was also another important theme. I just love moving in general. And then lastly, I'm very competitive. I love winning. And that's something that you can do in sports. So obviously, I kind of like compare myself to my other friends as well while we're playing and seeing like who's becoming better than the other and who's winning the games versus who is not. So those are the qualities that I highlighted from the love letter. Let's circle back. How does writing a love letter to an object actually help you understand who you want to become? Well, that love letter you think that you've written to an object is actually a love letter written to yourself. Why? Well, the qualities that you've chosen are actually the qualities that really matter to yourself. And that's why it's kinda a love letter to yourself. So how do we apply this in real life? Well, let me give you a pretty stupid example. So a few weeks ago, I've sent out a tweet thread that really blew up. It got 300 likes. And to give you context, a tweet thread is basically, an accumulation of 10 tweets that form a whole story. And it got really popular, and I was super happy about it. But then I got a bit stressed because I was worrying that my next tweet thread that I would do would not perform as well. So I waited maybe a week after and sent out a new tweet thread. And it bombed. It only got 40 likes. And I was really disappointed. But then I remembered the love letter that I've written to volleyball. And in that letter, it highlighted the importance of learning. And that's how I remembered you can't win all the time in volleyball. It's almost impossible. But what's really important is that when you do lose, you get yourself back up. And that's what really mattered to me. And those are the qualities that really matter to me. So by writing a love letter to volleyball, it helped me remind who I wanted to become as a person. I didn't want to be afraid of failure. I didn't want to be afraid of losing. I just want to become a person who loves learning, who adores friendship, and cherishes his relationships with his friends, and also highlights the competitive side of me. And that's what the love letter really is for. It allows you to remember who you want to be as a person when you actually need it. So that's a love letter exercise. I know it was a bit weird, but hopefully you did actually get something of value out of this whole exercise. And I'm actually curious, what is the object that resonated with you? So comment in the box below. And also, if you enjoyed the overall video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.